Hey, I just thought that I would model my favorite purple Cara Jones Unlimited LLC t-shirt, the purple one. And before we get started, I want to give a shout out to my little sister, Nikki Blakely. She's the owner of Limitless Options Boutique on Forest Avenue in Montgomery, Alabama. She is responsible for the bling that you see that I'm wearing tonight. This beautiful red bling, she made this for me. Thank you, Nikki. I'm still wearing the bling bling that you made for me 4 years ago. Hey there, how are you? I'm just acting silly with my purple aviators as we get started. How are y'all doing tonight? Hey, Boone, how you doing, sir? Angel, thank you for joining me. It gets a little hot in the studio with all these lights, but we're here. We're gonna get it done tonight. Excited to have this wonderful, long-awaited interview with music artist Sarah Lerose out of Atlanta. Very excited to talk with her tonight about her wonderful music career. I thank y'all for joining me. We should be getting started. I don't worry about the numbers of how many people come into these interviews, because once we're done here, I post them on my YouTube channel, Cara Jones Unlimited. I post them also on my radio stations, and I see that Sarah is here, so we're going to bring her on camera and get this party started. Here we go. Hey there, Chase. How are you? Thank you for joining. Come on in the room, girl. How you doing, love?
How are you? Oh my goodness. Hey.
I'm doing fabulous. You look beautiful tonight.
You too. Thank you very much.
Good. Do you have more light that you can turn on? It's a little dark there.
I do.
Yeah, turn on a little. There you go. More
Is
light.
that better?
It's about the same. You look great, though.
I can actually change the color as well.
Okay.
That looks a little darker. It's pouring down rain in here, by the way.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's going to be, we have a storm headed to Houston tomorrow, but let's get this party started. I want to welcome everyone to Unfiltered with Cara Jones Unlimited LLC podcast. This evening, we are streaming live on my Instagram story from Houston, Texas. My featured distinguished guest tonight is singer-songwriter Sarah Lerose. Hey, little cousin Kiki in California. How are you, baby? I see you. We have Miss Sarah Lerose here, and I'm so excited that you accepted my invitation, love.
Absolutely.
I
couldn't
go
turn
on.
it down.
Why is that?
Because you were so pleasant about it. I mean, I was like, me? Hello, me? You were like, yes, I want to talk to you. I want this to happen. So it was really it was awesome. An awesome feeling.
Well, hey, cousin. Well, I learned about you when I was preparing to interview comedian Marvin Dixon. So I want to give a shout out to Marvin Dixon.
Yes,
because
a big shout out.
Yes. When I was preparing to interview with him, I learned about you. And so I'm happy that we were able to hook this train up, as my dad would say.
Absolutely.
Okay. So tell me, people want to know who you are. Who is Sarah Lerose? Who are you, sweetheart?
Well, I'm a country girl, born and raised in Central Florida, a small town. Was born in Ocala, Florida. Was raised in Dunellen, Florida. So the only thing that we can really say to people when they are not familiar with the small towns is, hey, you know where Disney World is? Yeah,
Oh,
we're
yeah.
about 45 minutes away from Disney World.
Okay, okay, that helps us out. Thank you.
Yeah, so a country girl, grew up singing in the church, of course, and I really didn't like singing when I was forced to sing. You know what I mean? So it was like, okay, you sing in the choir, you are the lead singer, and when nobody else wants to get the mic, who grabs the mic? Me. So as I got older, I said, you know, I kind of like my voice a little bit. I think I can do something with this. So just in a nutshell, singing, of course, has always been in my background and my family, and it's in me. So I felt like if God gives you a gift, it's really not for you. The gift is for others.
Absolutely that. You know, it's interesting. So many of us got our music careers started in the church. I am a preacher's kid, and I believe you are too, right?
I am, PK.
Okay, so we're in that PK club, that elite club, you know, where the preachers are the dads. And like you, I got my start. Hey, Hollywood. Hey, Alex. I got my start in the church where I grew up in San Francisco, California. That's where I'm from. And I played piano and organ. My favorite instrument to play is the Hammond B3 organ.
Wow, that's awesome.
But you know, I'm only mentioning that to say this. Most music artists of African American culture and descent got their start in the church with gospel roots.
I agree. I noticed that, and when you hear about their stories or their journey, they usually talk about back in the day when they were in the church and how they were singing in the choir. You're absolutely right about that.
Yes, yes. So you said that you started singing in the church and you did not like to sing when you felt forced. I totally can relate to that because my mama used to say wherever we would go, play, Chandra, go get that, go sit on the piano and play whenever they needed somebody to play. Girl, it soured me really bad. So from you singing in the church in Florida, how did you progress to the stage? Tell me what's up with that, because you went from Florida to Atlanta. Welcome. Thank you for joining.
Thank you for having me. I mean, really, it's a thing about transition for people. It's different for everyone. So for me, I knew that where I was in Florida, there wasn't a real go-to for the marketing part of the music, because music is a business. And actually,
you're right.
Church is a business too, if you want to talk about it. But
absolutely.
In reference to growth, I knew that I had to make some changes so that I could grow in my artistry. And of course, like I said, growing up in church, being forced to sing was one thing. But when I started to learn that I have a gift, and the gift was, yes, hearing different notes in music, but also the gift of writing. So I came into the talent of writing around the age of 15 when I was able to go to the studio and record something that I wrote. And I said, it has to be a platform for this. Okay, I know LA is it. Do I really want to go all the way out to LA? And then I thought about it. And over time, over the years, with life happening, things happened to where I transitioned and chose to come to Atlanta. And I mean, it's been booming as far as music and connections and all of that stuff ever since I moved to Atlanta. So I'm really happy about the transition and the move.
Okay. Well, you know, one of the reasons that I invited you on my show, let's see, what is Alex saying? Alex Xavier is saying, natural star and always have been destined to be great. I agree with you, sir. I agree with you. I see big things happening for Sarah Lerose. But as I was saying, sweetie, as I was saying, one of the main reasons that I invited you on my podcast is because you have original music. You're not just singing other celebrity artists' music. You are singing, have recorded, and have out there for purchase and download your own track. So tell me, what was the first song that you wrote?
Oh, The very first song that I wrote, or in reference to the songs that are out now, out of those 3 that are actually streaming now, are just the very first song.
Yes.
Okay.
No, the
Out
ones that are
3,
streaming now.
the one that I wrote first was Special Lady. And I'm talking like, it had to be over 15 years ago when I wrote that song. And so Special Lady is a song that I feel at some point somebody could use it for a women's empowerment event or a television show or a movie. It could play in the background because it talks about just being okay with who you are as a woman or as a lady. So the first verse is, I know that I have a purpose in this world, and it's not to please mankind. Ain't no need for wasting time. That's the first thing I say.
So before you play this song for us, because I know you're going to let us hear a little snippets, excerpts of these wonderful songs. I've heard all of them and I love them. I follow you on Spotify and YouTube as well. But I want the audience, our viewing audience on YouTube and our listening audience here tonight on my IG Story Live, and those to come on, Spotify, Anchor, Breaker, Google Podcasts, iTunes. I want them to hear. What was your inspiration for writing that tune?
It was a couple of things. I think that as a young girl, or even growing into a young lady, a young woman, a woman, I think we go through a mental state of not feeling pretty or not feeling pretty enough, or people saying things that could make us think differently of ourselves. And I feel like at all levels, at all points in your life, you're still special. You're still a special lady, and I want women to carry that throughout their lives. No matter what they go through, tough times and all of that compiled makes you who you are. So it's like one of those songs where you can either be happy about singing it, or if you're going through something, you can play it and feel better about yourself once you hear the lyrics.
I love it. So you were looking to encourage and exhort.
Absolutely.
I love it. I love it. So you're going to let us hear a little bit of that, sweetie?
Yes, ma'am. I have it right here. Hopefully my signal. Okay, it sounds okay right now. Can you hear it? I'm turning it up.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm a special lady.
You can sing if you want.
I know that I have a purpose in this world, and it's not to please mankind. Ain't no need for wasting time. Try so hard to pretend, trying to fit in with every crowd I see. But I realize it's so much easier just being me, 'cause I am a special lady. I'm a special lady. Sing it. I'm so special. I'm special lady. I'm a special lady. I'm so special. I know that I'm not the prettiest, far from the richest.
So right there, I want to stop it because I say, I know that I'm not the prettiest, far from the richest, don't have a fancy car, but that doesn't keep me from being happy. Period. So, so that alone, I think women go through this thing about, I feel like women compete unnecessarily, but my point to that is compete with yourself. Like, you are your only competition. So don't go out here trying to be somebody else or try to compete with someone else, because God gave you a talent and a purpose, and you got to figure that out for you. I'm big on that.
You see me zooming in, right?
I'm
zooming.
I see your lashes too. I see your liner is all perfect and all to the side. I say, okay.
Well, girl, I don't know how perfect it is, but that signature look that you start with, you got to keep it up. So, I'm 54 and I've been doing this a long time. So
wow,
I'm just trying to hold on and hang with you beautiful young, chicks. Okay. But thank you, ma'am. Thank you. So that's deep. That's deep what you just said, because I was having a conversation with one of my clinical mental health colleagues. You know, I'm a counselor. And we were just talking about how people, and more so women, compete with each other, but men do it as well. So I'm happy to hear you say that part of your reasoning behind penning that song, Special Lady, is to encourage, exhort women, but to help them to understand the only person you need to compete with is you. And you know, Sarah, there's a popular meme out there. I'm sure you've seen it. It says, I'm only competing with myself, and I want to be better today than I was yesterday.
I love that.
That's my only competition.
I love it.
Is that what you had in mind?
I've seen similar quotes like that, but I love that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of as I heard you talk about that song. So, you know, I love that song, and
Thank you.
I'm going to get your permission somehow to use it.
Absolutely.
Because I do, through my Cara Jones Unlimited Performing Arts Company, with the vision of promoting wholeness and healing via the performing arts, I try to encourage women, because I am woman.
I love that. We need it. I think, like, you know, who has us better than us, right? So I think the more of us that do it, we could really build from that, instead of, you know, the hating or the talking behind your back. All that stuff is unnecessary when you can actually build each other up, and we could be very powerful together.
Oh my goodness gracious. You know, they say that we can do a lot on our own, but just think how powerful we would be if we all joined forces.
And I mean, really, that's the key. It needs to happen.
Okay, well, I'm glad that we're on one accord with that too. You know, me and you, we seem to be like on the same lane. I like this.
Absolutely. I love it though.
Absolutely. So, you know, I was reading your wonderful bio that you shared with me. And you told me, and well, you told us, the readers, in the bio, that when you arrived in Atlanta, that you know, hit up a lot of open mics and other venues, bars, venues. What were some of the venues that you performed at?
Apache was one of the most popular ones. You know, they recently moved, but they used to be on Spring Street. And that was a really cool experience being there, because you would see. Coming from a small town and moving to Atlanta, you know, you never know who you're going to see. But in a place like that, like, it would be artists, like R&B artists from 10 years ago that walk in there, and you'd be like, oh, that's such and such. Oh my God, that's this person. And they're just a regular person to Apache and the crew there, because they usually come every week.
They know.
But to somebody like me, I'm like, oh my gosh. But yeah, it was a great networking place. Absolutely. If you're trying to get into the music industry and open mic is still around. I know COVID has changed a little bit, but open mic is the way to start, definitely.
Well, you know, my performing arts company presented my touring panel discussion with live entertainment at the Apache Cafe on April the 8th, 2017.
Wow.
Cara Jones Unlimited presents the Lemonade Chronicles Part 4. And the topic was integrity. And we brought live entertainment there. We had wonderful vendors there. And actually, I'm going to give a shout out to Venom. Do you know Venom, the spoken word poet? She was one of the MCs for the Apache Cafe.
Sounds
and
familiar.
Venom was there with us. Yes.
Because, you know, Alan Smith.
And Zai.
Okay, yeah. They were the ones that were running it when I was there. But yeah, I've seen some amazing poets, amazing singers, amazing rappers. I mean, just artists. They had, you know, a guy there painting while we were singing. It was amazing. I love Apache.
I love Apache. Yeah, I got to get back there one day. I don't know how soon that'll be. Hey, thanks for joining. Now that I'm in Texas, but you know, I'm gonna try to bring y'all to Texas one day soon when we get past this COVID-19.
Let me tell you, I just thought about another one, Cat's Cafe. I've been there.
Yes.
That's another one. And they had one called Stir It Up, but it was, I want to say they closed that one down. But there were a few downtown Atlanta spots that you can do live music and open mic.
Okay. So when you were performing at open mic, were you singing your original tracks, or were you doing like a karaoke style and singing somebody else's music?
For those sets, it was the singing someone else's music with a live band playing behind you. So yeah, it wasn't just a track playing, it was an actual band that would play for you for those songs. So it felt real, but not my original material.
And it was the venue's band.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So what artists do you sing, sweetie?
My favorite, well, I've switched up a little bit on my top 3, but overall it's Tweet.
Ah, okay.
I love Tweet. I think that, I don't know what type of deal she had in the end with her music, but I think she should have had a better deal, or more people should have really heard her. I love Tweet. I love Erykah Badu.
Oh, yes. All day, every day.
Jill Scott.
Yes.
I like some of Mary's stuff too. Mary J, I like her stuff. I am a Destiny's Child, fan. Beyonce. There's quite a few artists that I like. Brandy. Oh my gosh.
Yes. What do you sing that Brandy produced and recorded?
So let me tell you a secret. And I have my wine over here, so if you see me taking a little sip, that's when I'm about to get a little deep. Go a little deep.
Well, girl, if you had told me, I wouldn't have just busted out the Aquafina. I could have pulled out my Cara Jones glass.
I have my glass right here. Brandy.
Okay.
I love Brandy, but I have not performed any of her songs. It's like, you know how they say about Whitney Houston. If you're going to sing Whitney Houston, you better come with it. I feel like I just honor Brandy and her right. And I don't have a voice like her, even in that same realm. So I don't touch her songs. And that's another thing. India Arie, who I love, people tell me I should sing her stuff. I have yet to perform any of her songs. Because I'm just one of those people like, can I pull it off? I don't know if I can pull that off. And if I do that with the questioning, I typically won't perform it. I know.
Well, what's interesting is this. When I first heard your songs on Spotify, the voice that came out was not the voice I was expecting.
Wow.
At all. No.
Okay.
Your voice is very unique to your look. It's very unique because you being the mousy, pretty, athletic tone, artist that you are, I expected a soprano like a Whitney Houston. But when that voice came out, when that mouth opened and that music started coming through my ears, I'm like, oh no, this girl is like a contralto. And it was so sultry. You have almost like a slight Anita Baker voice to me.
Ooh, I love her too. And I haven't performed any of her songs. But let me tell you this. That's interesting because in high school, our music teacher in high school, she is my blood aunt. And she would always tell me, she was like, Sarah has an ear. Like, you can hear notes that nobody else can hear. That's one of my gifts or talents. And she would always place me in second soprano. And I was like, no. She was like, you can do it because I've heard you. But I was like scared to always do those high notes because it was more in my head, the headspace and the falsetto. But because I can do it, she would stick me in second soprano often. So when you said that, you were expecting a soprano
contralto.
Voice. Right. I can do it.
That's the cross right there between soprano and alto.
No. Are you serious?
Yeah, second soprano, alto, contralto.
Oh my goodness. So that would be it. I just never stayed in that space, but clearly if you thought it, she's already said it, I can do it. So
well, then you got to make it happen. Okay, on this new music that you're writing, you might as well put it in. Yes.
Okay.
Put it in there.
Okay.
Put it in there. So you also mentioned in your bio, and I'm twirling right now, that you were able to work with some celebrity artists in Atlanta. If I may ask, who were some of those artists?
Okay, so on the singing tip for different events, I was able to work with, it was quite a bit at the last event I did at, it was, I have to think of the place. It was downtown, down by Peachtree. But Q Parker and Friends, he has events. I think he does it twice a year. Q Parker and Friends. So Q Parker from 112, I was invited out this last show that they did, and it was amazing. And it was a lot of artists, not just local artists. It was a lot of artists there performing on the same set. So that was really, really cool. Some of them I've become friends with, like some of the finalists on Sunday Best, or some of the ones that won Sunday Best. Yeah, so that was a great opportunity. And by way of him and others that I've been around, I've met quite a few of artists in Atlanta. And they're really just people. They're really not stuck up or anything like that. There are some people here that are willing to help you get to the next level in music. But that was, I would say, one of the biggest. Now, on the TV scene, or it's not really a movie, on Facebook Watch, I was able to perform my original material, Special Lady, and the other song, Let's Go. I was able to perform that with my band on a set, and it was a Facebook Watch series called Queen America. Judith Light and Catherine Zeta-Jones were starring.
Catherine Zeta-Jones?
Catherine Zeta.
Judith Light from All My Children, or One Life to Live. Oh my God, girl, the novella.
Yeah, she was amazing. And it was weird because Q Parker referred me to them. They were solely looking for a band and a singer to sing original material. They sent me the information of what they were looking for, and I had to submit like 4 or 5 songs. And I'm thinking, I thought they would choose the other songs, but they chose Special Lady and they chose Let's Go.
Wow. Oh, kudos, congratulations, salute. Oh my God. Yeah, high five, girl.
It was an amazing experience, I'll be honest. It was nice.
What a wonderful entry for your discography and your resume.
I agree. Those are some big names. And of course, like, we know about them. You know, the younger generation may not, but if you mention Catherine and Judith. Girl,
please. Catherine Zeta-Jones is married to one of the biggest actors in Hollywood, Michael Douglas, the son of the late Kirk Douglas.
Loves him. Love. That's his boy.
You, Fatal Attraction, baby.
Oh, yeah.
And Catherine Zeta-Jones, honey, she's a celebrity and actress in her own right, that diva.
Absolutely. And we looked up, like, I don't know if it was maybe some months back, we looked up their net worth.
Yes. Can you say we can own several continents?
Yes, absolutely. They are doing it. Power couple.
Exactly. And Judith Light, I remember as a teenager, because you know, I'm in my 50s. As a teenager in the 70s, I watched Judith Light on was it One Life to Live or All My Children?
I feel like it was One Life to Live.
One Life to Live.
Was on All My Children.
Yeah, One Life. That was Erica Kane. But you know, my grandmother, she had come from Alabama to California, and she was living with us, honey, and she watched her novellas, so soap operas. And so whenever I was home from school, you know, you a teacher, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you know how you get those holidays? And when I was home, honey, I'd be sitting up there with my grandma Jenny watching the novella, and honey, she was like, "Oh, we gonna watch As the World Turns and One Life to Live today." And that's how I learned Judith Light. No, and then later, you know, she transitioned to Lifetime Movie Network. I believe I started seeing her in those movies. And what's that other one called? The Hallmark Channel.
Hallmark. I was going to say,
hey, Eric.
We watch those all the time. My husband and I watch Hallmark and Lifetime all the time. Even now. I love those.
Yeah, well, I had to stop. Because my daddy, he's deceased now, but he used to tell me, I think it was in my 30s, he was like, Chandra, you got to stop watching Lifetime and Lifetime Movie Network. He said, because this is depressing, and you walking around here like it's you. He said, you going to have a transference of spirit.
You
But
know
baby, I
what?
watched them into my 40s.
Listen, I enjoy them, and what's funny
Yep.
to me is now Vivica Fox is heavily involved in Lifetime
Ooh,
movies right now.
yes. She is actually producing a lot of the movies.
There you
She's
go.
directing and producing.
So I enjoy watching her. I love it.
Excellent, excellent. So tell me, take me into your next track, Let's Go, honey, because I love Let's Go. What was the inspiration behind Let's Go?
Okay, so that one, I was trying to be a little creative. That was also about, had to be around the same time, maybe like 10 years ago when I wrote that song. But I was talking about, with adults doing what they do and the woman kind of being in control of that. So I was being discreet on how I used the lyrics. I never said what it was that they were doing or about to. It was just more or less however you picture it in your relationship or whoever you're with. And it was just I was being the person in control. So the lyrics are pretty much, I would say they're a little vague. I could have went a little deeper, but as I think about it, I say, no, I kind of leave it up to the people to kind of use your imagination. So I can play a little bit of that one as well. And this is the one that Catherine Zeta, she was like jamming out to Let's Go. Judith was too. I said, oh my gosh. So this is the one that played on the show.
Turn it up a little bit, sister.
Okay, you hear it? All right.
A little bit louder.
Okay.
What's up, y'all?
You got it?
I'm happy to be with you long time. And every day you cross my mind. I feel a tingle up my spine. Baby boy, I love you and love you. So please don't let me get away. 'Cause in your heart is where I'll stay forever. Baby, let's go. You already know. I will take control. That's for sure. Baby, let's go. You already know.
So it's a little flirty, but I just thought about something else. Chandra, let me tell you this. I thought about when I sing songs and when I write them, I want children, not necessarily for all my songs, but most of my songs, I want children to be able to sing where it wouldn't have to be edited for the radio. That was another thing that I thought of. I said, I want to create songs to where, and it may be the teacher in me, to where anybody could sing it, and it could mean whatever it needs to mean to them. But to me, I know why I wrote it. And then to others, it may mean something else. So I do try to stay away from like male bashing or, negative things or cursing. I try to stay away from that because I think it's enough of that.
Absolutely.
Right. I try to stay on the clean side just so that when you get in the car and it plays on your playlist, you don't have to alter or change up because there's a 3-year-old in the car.
Right. Well, that's what happens with music anyway. The artists and the, composers, the producers, they all have their vision for the song. But when the song gets out there on the radio, on the stream, right? And we as individuals hear that music, we hear the music, we hear the lyrics, but what we do is we relate to how that music and that story, those lyrics resonate with us in our lives.
That's true.
Am I wrong?
That's very true. No, you're right on. That's very true.
Yeah, I like the fact that you said that when you write, you keep in mind or you have a goal to be able to share or present your work to any audience, regardless of the age.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, that's good.
That's
good.
always the goal. And I'll also the last song that we'll play before we end is kind of like, I think about other artists too when I'm writing. I think about who would be able to, you know, take this song and do something with it, meaning what's their story. So I really, really take the songwriting part of it to heart, because the words that I'm putting together, I actually have people in mind often.
Really? So who are some of the people that you have in mind for some of these songs you penning, girl?
So there's one that I didn't play because it's kind of still in production, but you know, some of the adults that I was around back home, I would just hear stories from like people's aunts and, you know, talking about what they went through. So I would take that information and transcript into song. For Special Lady, just the bullying. Now it's cyberbullying with girls online. So if you're talking to someone and thank God for my parents, they taught us to just be fair to everyone, treat everyone the same, because I would be friends with those kids maybe that had the long black hair with the black nails that somebody else would talk about, but they were my friends. So I'm like, why did we do that to each other? So different things kind of inspire me to write when I'm writing songs. But the next one, I can tell you specifically who I was thinking about when I wrote that one.
Who was it?
Tamar Braxton.
Oh, really?
And it was when she was with Vince. Like when they were together, I would hear her, when they did the show, I would hear her say things as if like he was downplaying her, maybe how she looked, how she acted, and I think she's a beautiful woman. And I said that would be a horrible situation to feel beautiful to everybody else and not feel beautiful to your husband or to your mate or to your partner. So that was more inspired by her story. Don't do that. You need to stop. Did you come like all the way in the camera with your eye, your good eye, right? And you came all the way in. Oh, Jesus. Okay, I had
to do that.
I'm gonna take a sip to that one, but yes, it's real. It's real.
Baby, I got a whole podcast coming on that, but we're not gonna talk about that tonight because this is about you.
Listen, but when you're ready to talk about it, call me.
You know, you can pop up. As I say, pull up, come through.
Yeah, we say that a lot in Florida. So anybody on here from Florida, they know. We talk about pulling up all the time, and they know what that means.
Exactly.
It's real.
So play this song for us.
So
and what's the name of it?
You Tried It.
Oh, yeah, baby. I remember that one. Yeah.
So let me tell you this really quickly. So I was looking at my stats for the age group of people that were listening to my music, right? Excellent. And before You Tried It came out, it was mostly, you know, late 20s, 30s, 40s, and on up, 50s on up, because it was clean, good music, right? When I dropped You Tried It, which was March 1st, I just dropped that one. Then the age bracket expanded. Now I got these, you know, the younger ones like, oh, that's Sarah Lerose. Oh, you know, I got them on. Yeah, girl. You know, on the team. Okay. And that wasn't the plan, but I mean, a fan is a fan and a supporter is a supporter, so I'm all about it. Right. But the message is, do you not know, like, what I bring to the table? I know nobody's perfect. You're not. I'm not. But I do have a lot going on myself, to where, why are you treating me like I'm just some, you know, bum off the street? And so when I put the words down on paper, I said, oh no, somebody needs to hear this. So here it is, just a little snippet, just a little something. You know. You tried it, y'all. Yeah.
I told you once before, I'ma tell you once again, I wish that I recognize it, and I can give me another man. That's right. I hate how you don't appreciate all the things that I bring to the table. But whatever you want to, I know that man is able. You tried it. You tried it.
Turn it up.
Instagram models and these little chicks on TV. That's not true reality. So you better keep your focus on me. Because I've been here from start. And I gave you my heart. So baby, if you were smart, you gotta start for yourself. You
My point is,
You tried it.
you tried it. And you better secure your spot, because that's the thing. I think people get it, mixed up. Like, it's not okay to talk down to me and then think that I have to stay or I have to be here or I have to deal with it. It's not okay. And I think a lot of women, especially, I would say back in the day, a lot of women just stayed in miserable, they were unhappy, and they just stuck around in the relationship all those years. I feel all those years wasted because of maybe shame, or I can't do it, or it'll get better. Oh, no. Because life is too short.
She said, oh, no.
Life is too short.
That sounds like a Clark Sisters song. No.
Life is too short. Like, why do that when there's so much life? There's so many other things you can do that make you happy. Why am I gonna stay in an unhappy situation? And that goes for anybody, male,
right.
female, boy, girl. If you're not happy, like, you really have to adjust some things in your life and get to that happy place.
That's very good. I'm glad that you said that, because, I post often here on Instagram and Facebook and Snapchat, self-love is the best love.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
You have to love yourself first. You have to make yourself happy first. You cannot love another person until you first love yourself. And if you're going to be with somebody, they need to love you too, consistently.
I agree.
And they need to be loyal to you.
Absolutely. I agree. And I think communication too is important. But I go on the side of just the woman. And it's not that I am being a little biased, but I feel like we go through so much trying to keep up with what's out there. The men they don't have that burden. They don't have that. You gotta have your nails done. You gotta have your hair done. They don't have that. So it's a different ball game when you're trying to be beautiful according to what's displayed on TV back in the day. But now it's Instagram.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Like, you're comparing.
What do you mean?
To Instagram?
Wait a minute. What do you mean, Instagram?
The Instagram chicks that this is their platform. This is it. And if Instagram shuts down tomorrow, they have no platform because there was no real talent to begin with. That's what I mean.
Drop the mic.
All day long. Because it's the truth. I always say, do you have something? And I would say purpose, your purpose, and your purpose in life. God has given you a talent, right? So is your talent for real, or are you putting on? And I think COVID-19 has showed us a lot about people putting on. I think it's pulling the real ones out to say, you know what, me. She's been solid before COVID. She was solid during COVID, and she's solid now, because I'm not putting on for anybody. And you put the glasses on. Did you put the glasses on? Oh.
I brought them out. I brought out my specs, baby, because you know what? You just preached a sermon right there. You preached a sermon.
It's the truth.
I told you that's another podcast that Unlimited with Cara Jones is going to present with some of my counseling colleagues, because we have been having some conversations, because we do market research on Instagram and these social platforms, and one trending thing that we are seeing of late, and I've been having these conversations. I think you and I talked about it briefly. I'm just saying, right?
I got you.
It's a whole lot of sister friends, females, we're gonna call them.
Right.
They're not necessarily grown women, but they're females. They look like they could be grown. but they out here portraying themselves to be one thing. If you're going to put up a professional business title, company, in your bio on Instagram, your posts need to reflect some of those services and products that you offer, and not just your face all the time or your body. What's up with that?
It's not going to.
I call that an internet hoe, an Instagram hoe. I'm gonna call it what it is.
I call it they're being thirsty. Okay,
girl, you better hush.
Because,
so you know, thirsty is a thought, a THOT. You remember her?
Yes.
The thought. Okay. You tried it. So you tried it.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right about that. And the good thing is, you and I see it for what it is. But it's our men. It's our men.
Say it. That's right, Eric.
They are lost. They are drowning. They are, confused with the Instagram model versus what's at home or what's real. And it's really sad because that's what's happening right now in the digital world. Social media is messing things up for real. And
did you say digital world?
I did.
What's a digital world? How do you define that?
I mean, this is it. The internet, the online sites, the dating, the what do you call it? The dating apps, the Facebook, the Messenger, the inbox. Do you know? And I told my husband, I've been approached to be a sugar baby. I don't know. I can't even count the number now. By several men. They don't even know if that's really me. They don't know. You don't know if this is my picture. You don't know if this is my real name. Who does that? That's
everybody. Everybody. ERE apostrophe BODY. Everybody. Every other body does it.
Us. Like we're
girl, no, we're not doing that. We can't possibly do that, because if we did, we couldn't be doing what we're doing right now.
There you go. I don't have time. Like, I really, and I appreciate you doing this with me tonight, because I'm sitting here like, this will be my first Instagram, podcast interview, whatever you want to call it. Like, literally, I've never done this before. So thank you. But I know that when I'm with my girlfriends, or I'm on a business meeting, or I'm out with my family, I do speak on a lot of things that I feel like other women need to hear. And I'm not a bully, nor will I be bullied. So I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to
say it for the people in the back over there.
I'm not a bully, nor will I be bullied. So, and that's facts. And people that know me, they know I'm not afraid to say what's on my mind, especially when it's real. Like, for what's happening right now, my information in the top of my page, it'll tell you everything that I am. Not what I'm trying to be or what I hope to be. Yes, I graduate in December, and I'm going to get my master's in teaching. That's not in there yet, but it will be in December.
It's coming. Right. Absolutely.
So I'm not portraying somebody else. Like, what you see is what you get. And I think if people will really get to their purpose in life, the world will be a much better place. I promise it will be.
Absolutely. And, I'm glad that we were able to segue into that dialogue. But if you hadn't played that third hit of yours, because it is a hit, you tried it.
Yeah.
Oh, I know the name of the songs. I love it. I'm gonna make it my anthem. You tried it, okay?
And that's it. Let me tell you. Again, I wrote this song with Tamar in mind, but I'm gonna tell you, I've had actually some shocking people reach out to me. Like, I was like, oh my God. And they would say, I'm going through that. He says this to me. He says that. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, why? And what happens is the woman who is beautiful and who has a lot of gifts and talents, the man that she chose to be with, or he chose to be with her, however it went, the man starts pulling and pointing to her flaws. but you're supposed to be on her team. But you're making her feel bad about the little things that may not be perfect. But you look like that over there. So,
Boo boo kitty. Boo boo kitty.
It had to be said. It had to be said, and I'm the one that said it because I'm not afraid. And now I'm getting all these, thank yous, and I knew it wasn't me, and he made me feel like it was just me. No, it's a problem, and I need you to fix that because your woman, your wife, your partner, she's beautiful. She has a lot of talents and gifts, and you know what? If you appreciated her more, y'all could probably really be a power couple, really. But if you're gonna, nag her and degrade her, why are you together? Why are you here? Leave. Thank you.
Leave, thank you. And then she sips her tea. Sips tea. Pinky up, sips tea. Oh, look at you. You got a dimple like me. Let me see your dimple.
Yeah, I just have one.
Oh, me too. I only have one.
It's beautiful. And I forget about this until somebody says I have a dimple. It's just one.
Yeah, I just saw it. I told you you're very photogenic. Very photogenic. Yeah, and that's going to help you a lot. I hate to say it, but you know how it is in the entertainment industry. And I try to tell artists this all the time as we kind of wrap this up. I've met a lot of artists, up and coming artists, from California to Alabama, New York, DC. And I try to tell them, you can have a voice. That's fine. I've heard some wonderful voices, phenomenal ranges in the rafters, down, at the bottom of the sea, baritone, right? But the thing is this: if you plan to don anybody's stage, you better have a stage presence. And you have to not only know how to sing, you have to know how to perform.
I agree. Absolutely. That's important.
And I saw, getting your little groove on. I could see you on the stage singing that song. I was watching. I was like, okay, she's going in character now. I see this thing.
Yeah, I really, I'm more comfortable singing my songs than others.
Okay.
Because I know what the meaning is behind it. But I do agree with you with performing. So I'm gonna give you another nugget. Don't come all the way in the screen with this one. But that's exactly what's happening on the ground on Facebook. People are performing. And this is the gag. This is the kicker. They're performing for people that don't even like them.
I got something else for you, baby. I got something else. Because you tried. Wait, are you throwing shade?
You're doing all this performing, and these people they're watching you. Now, they are watching, because I call those people, I call them friends. F-R-A-N-S, friends. They're not your friends. They're not your friends, your fans, but they're your friends. They're your friends that are really fans, but they're hating, right? That's what I call them. I call them friends. I got a lot of friends because, they say, oh, yeah, I'm going to support you. I'm going to buy your music. I'm going to download your stuff. Or I'm going to come on live. I'm going to come on live and support you. They'll do all that. But when it comes down to it, they don't. But they still find a way to still be in pocket. Oh, I'm going to like this post today. Or I'm going to like this picture. Or I'm going to watch you. And then when I see you in my face, oh, yeah, I saw that. Oh, really? Well, I didn't know because you didn't like, you didn't comment. Oh, but you watching. Okay, Fran.
Fran. F-R-A-N.
S, because it's a bunch of them. It's a bunch of them, friends.
F-R-A-N. S is in Sam.
They're my friends.
Okay, teacher.
There you go.
Teach me today. Educate.
And guess what? They know what they're doing, and so do I. So that's the beauty. I know who you are. I get it. You're a friend, and you're going to stay right in that pocket as a friend.
Hey. You know what I call them?
Tell me.
I'm a California girl, And where I come from, we call them looky-loos.
That's a new one for me. I like that though.
Looky-loos. They look, and that's all they do. Like a window shopper.
Yes. Yes.
They didn't come to buy. They didn't got no money to buy, but they came to look.
They came to look.
But they do it on the sly because they know that they don't want the salesperson to approach them because they ain't come to buy.
There you go. There you go. I love that.
They also call the lurkers, Lurkers, those who lurk.
I've heard of that. Now, I don't know if that was from Georgia or Florida, but I have heard of the lurkers. And they're all the same. And it's okay.
Yes.
They don't even know.
It is.
It's okay. It's okay.
It is. Well, you have to be thankful. The Bible says be thankful in all things, right? So we're thankful that people even pay attention.
There you go.
Even if they don't have good intention, because you can look, but don't reach out and touch if your intentions are not right.
I agree.
You stay at a distance and you look.
That's
because even the person who looks that never supports has supported you because they looked. That's what they don't get. Word. Boom.
The preacher is coming out. It's coming out.
You better hush. You better hush. You better hush. Don't play with me, PK. Don't play. And I try to tell people, it's like people say, oh, well, there wasn't that many people on your life. Do you think I care about that? I tell people on my Facebook where I had 7 pages and I had to unpublish some because, honey, it's too much to deal with. I tell people this. Those who show up are the ones who were meant to be there and they were genuine. Right? And the other thing I say is this, and especially as I'm getting older, because I'm about to be 55, if the Lord say the same on December 17th.
Wow.
I'm not concerned about quantity. I'm concerned about quality.
Correct.
If you cannot be genuine and sincere and consistent, key word, consistent.
Okay. So here's the thing. When it comes to that, I'm the same way. So I don't choose to, promote my Instagram like somebody else wants me to promote it, or to be on Facebook every single day of the week, saying, hey, I ate this today. Hey, I'm over here. I'm sorry. I'm real grown and I got a lot of stuff going on. I wear a lot of hats. And thankfully, God has blessed me to where, I am. My name is in a lot of things with a lot of different people. I'm very blessed. So I'm not knocking that. But I have to keep something for myself. So when I'm online or if I'm doing something and I share with you guys or share with the world what I'm doing, I chose to do that. But that's like 20%. Like you don't even know the other 80% I got going on in my life.
Of your life.
And that's my choice.
And you know what? That's good. Hey, chat. Hey, who is this? SNUNN2983. Thank you for joining us.
I'm trying to see who's on here. That's my cousin. Hey, that's my cousin.
Okay, hey, family.
Yeah.
Florida's in the house. Thank you for joining us.
And that's my
We had Alabama in the house. I saw New Jersey in the house. I saw New York in the house. They've been going in and out, but that's okay. I do post my food because I like to cook and I do keto. Every now and then, I post my recipes and my beautiful foods.
Well, I need to link me in or something so I can get, I can get into the vegan.
No, you just need to pay attention. Gotcha. Go back through my post, baby girl.
Okay.
Hey, Melody. Hey, sweet girl. Now, see, Melody, that's my home girl. Melody posts her food, too, because Melody can throw down like me. She cooks.
Wow. Okay.
And now, she's a keto girl.
Or is she in Texas?
Melody, type to us where you are, sweetie. Where are you joining us from? We have 26 seconds remaining, so I want you to tell people how they can reach you before they cut us off. Go, quick.
Okay, so Facebook is Sarah Lerose, SARAHLEROSE. Instagram the same, Sarah Lerose, SARAHLEROSE. And those are the primary two. You can also look me up on YouTube or Spotify. Just type in my name, SARAHLEROSE.
We're